Hi, my name is Jamie Gilmore, and I'm the Outreach Librarian for Tacoma Public Library. This is a Tacoma Public Library virtual program, and today we'll be making squishies. Kind of like this one. For this project, you'll need paper, markers, tape, scissors, and plastic bags. I'd also recommend some kind of tablecloth or workstation to work on because we will be taping things flat and you want to protect your table as much as possible. So let's get started. You'll start with 2 pieces of paper. One of them is to draw your design on. The other one is when you cut out your design. For a design, I recommend not doing something that has too many narrow edges because we will be stuffing plastic bags in this, and narrow edges will make it a little bit harder. So I'll start by drawing my design. And for drawing your design, you can use crayons, markers, colored pencils, pretty much whatever you'd like. I'm using markers because that's what I have. If you do have narrow edges, which is kind of what I have down here at the bottom, I can show you a way to make it easier to deal with these when we're stuffing them. All right, once you have your design, you want to line up your pieces of paper so you have one on top of the other, and then you want to cut it out. So here at the bottom, instead of trying to make the feet separate, I'm going to keep them together. Recycle that paper. Now that you have your design cut out, you should have, again, 1 piece of paper with the design on it, 1 piece of paper that's just a copy. I like to flip it over to the back because that makes it look better in the end. So you'll take it, both sheets, flip them over so the back of your design is facing up. And now you start the taping. For tape, I recommend some kind of clear tape because that'll make it look better. I'm using packing tape. And this is why a surface to protect your table is important, because I am taping over the whole design. There's tape on my tablecloth, so my table's protected. And when you tape it, you want to tape everything but the very top, making sure to put the tape so the edges come over the edge of your design. We'll be folding the tape later, so this part is important. And I'll be taping up to just about here. So I've taped up to here. This part is still open. Then you peel it up from the table and flip it over. I like to cut tabs at kind of the angles, so when I fold my tape over, it folds over smoothly. Just make sure your design is still lined up. So now that I have my tabs cut, it's time to fold my tape. And all you do is fold it over in the front. And again, I'm just folding all the tape over. This part won't fold easily, so I'll just cut another little tab so I can fold it over in sections. So since we started with the back is covered with tape, and now we'll move to the front. And I'll be doing the same thing. Just covering the whole design except for the top with tape. Making sure to go over the design because we're again going to fold these pieces of tape over. I like to cut my tape out before I start because that makes it easier. You don't have to do that. Whatever makes it easier. Then we peel it up again. I'm gonna flip it over again. And I have those tabs. So I'm going to cut those to make folding it easier. I cut the tabs where there's rounded sections, kind of like in here, so I'm cutting at an angle. And again, you're going to fold all the tape over. Make sure you tape up the bottom too. If you want, you can do this again, go back to the back and put more tape over it if you think there are gaps in yours where tape isn't covering the sides. I think mine's pretty good, so I'm just gonna leave it. If you see sections like I have an angle here where I could cut some of this tape out, you can cut some of it to make it smoother. I'm fine, so I'm just gonna leave it. So now we should have a design with the front taped and the back taped, and a small section at the top. So this is one of the narrow ones. You see I don't have a big opening. Here, I would recommend tearing up your plastic bags to make them smaller, and then maybe using a marker or something to get them in there. I'll show you what I mean. So I've torn my plastic bag so I can get it in through the chicken's head. You don't always have to make the opening at the top. If I wanted to, I could have taped it this way and made the opening over here. As long as you have some kind of opening where you can stuff your squishy. And here, I'll use the marker to kind of push the plastic bag in there. You can use as many plastic bags as you want. I think I'm still working on the first one because I've been ripping it up. I'm gonna move it around in there again. I still have more space, so I'll put more plastic bags in. That's squishy enough for me. You can put more plastic bags to make it squishier, but I kind of like how that feels, so I'll stop there. The last step is to tape up the opening. So you can either do it the way we did the rest of it, or you could have folded it over the top. Again, I'm gonna cut some tabs so I can fold it. The idea is just to close up the opening. And then you have a squishy. If you go on tacomalibrary.org, you can find Creative Bug to find other cool activities that you can do at home. You can also tune into our YouTube channel to see story time, STEM projects, STEAM projects, or other craft projects that you can do at home. Thank you for joining me. This has been a Tacoma Public Library virtual program, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.